We start off with, hopefully, with the euro, if we can, which is supported at and around the 115 level ahead of the ECB. Are you looking for any surprises from Draghi? Would he be accidentally hawkish?
Well, he could prove to be accidentally hawkish, but then again, he's already prepared the ground in terms of that speech that he gave back on the 27th at the ECB meeting, or the ECB gathering in Portugal. So he's talked about reflation rather than deflation. He's talked about temporary inflationary headwinds, which the central bank are prepared to look through. So he's really prepared the ground for policy change, but I don't think necessarily he wants to really produce or extend that now that we're into late July, we're into thinner liquid, we're into relatively liquid summer markets, and I don't think he'd want to really amplify the move that we're already seeing in the euro, which is already something in the region of 3% higher against the US dollar since he made that speech. So monetary conditions have already tightened. So in effect, he's already de facto tightening policy. So I don't think he would necessarily want to push that forward at this particular juncture.
He's taking a bit of a slap as well, given that he wants the euro to be weaker rather than stronger.
Well, it depends on where you are in the eurozone, of course, because of course the hawks on the ECB Governing Council would argue that the ECB have been too lax in terms of the policy reversal, and they would argue, no doubt, that the euro is part of that, and it is also too low. So, the Weidmanns of this world and Lautenschläger would argue, nevertheless, that the ECB should be moving a little bit faster. And I think it's fascinating that if we don't see any change in policy today, then we roll forward until the early September meeting. And of course, that comes 2 weeks before the German election. And it will be interesting because, of course, if the ECB is going to discuss tapering its bond buying, that would play very well in Germany, where, of course, buying government bonds of other nations other than Germany doesn't play particularly well.
Right, we'll just look at the chart of the euro, which is bobbing around the 115 level. A few candles there so far today, but so far holding around a 115.